All right.
Anyways, did you
Well,
get the
today,
latest code from Yella? He just
I
posted
just
a new one.
did.
Okay.
I just saw the most recent commit. I have not had a chance to do anything with anything.
No, why?
It's
You're busy?
why? Because I've been this part-time teaching is a little bit of a mistake. I took on too much. I think what happened is that the prof whose course I took over announced his retirement in late August, and so it's just like it was a case of the coordinator begging me, "Can you take on one more course?" And it's like, oh my goodness. So hang on,
you can also say you have to compensate me double.
yeah, well,
That will be useful.
yeah. Anyway, I've got a young lad here. Oh, young lad is saying hello.
I
Well, if
didn't
you
see
want to get
young.
into the picture, you have to come
Hello.
over here.
hello.
Hello.
Okay. So I'm just going to attend to his needs for a few minutes, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Depends what kind of needs he has.
A few minutes, that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll just wait a little bit.
you'll wait. I think that's easy. Yeah, I think that you did a great job. Nice to see this progress. Screen coming. It's great.
Yeah, like it's all coming together now. So it's basically everything is working, kind of. Well, apart from the problems that I mentioned earlier today, but we'll get into that in this meeting at least. And then we can start on like the screen designs because we got all the data available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do plan to update the sensor reporter library a little bit. I was just thinking maybe I can implement some like async separate thread kind of workers handlers. So it doesn't like interfere with like the main cycle.
Yeah,
but I first have to figure out which one is the one that's slowing things down like once in a while. It could be the logger logging to the SD card.
How are you gonna debug that? Which one is locking down? Can you get a time for each cycle or? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can like
you can time
each worker handler. I can just say like start once you start working, timestamp. Once you stop, timestamp, and then you got like the time of like the
put
last.
it in the journal, or how do you do that? Or just for debugging?
Just debugging, yeah. Like on a debug screen, we can add some information.
I think it's one very simple and quick thing. I think the menu should be more to the right. Should be directly dropping under the button. I think it's a little bit to the left.
I basically positioned it for the core one, which is directly beneath the button. So
okay.
But since we're focused on core 2 now, yeah, we will. Well, the thing is, we will be doing a full screen menu. I already cleared the background. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I noticed.
I just did a clear because some like the debug screen, the lines went through the menu because I don't have a background in there. And I think full screen menu is better because we don't render the background anyway.
No, and I think the buttons react much nicer now in the latest version. Very quick and fast.
Yeah, it is quick and fast, and
but
it's sometimes like, let's say if you're in the menu and you just press next a lot, then sometimes you will see like a small delay, like every 2-3 seconds or so. I'm not sure if that is like debouncing things or, but other than that, I have no issues with the button.
Being honest, maybe it's I'm used to certain things. The buttons on the top, I think the left one should be next, and enter should be on the right, left and right. I mean, that's what I would consider logical. You have next, one way, another logic is next enter and then back.
Yeah, I do like the back button on the menu position, so you can
I
just
see.
press that and close it again. But for the other two, you can switch it around.
Because if you have them, yeah, yeah, that's
we can
one way
do
to-
either. Like,
Let's think about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, the right button is really going out and back. It makes sense now. The left button is just going down. But that's okay. Is it next or is it down? I would say my feeling is down.
yeah, I guess I think I took these. I had I think like a arrow down or something before, and then Michael shared his menu, or maybe it was the other menu that you shared, the M5 stack menu on GitHub. And that one used next, enter, and back.
Oh, okay.
So I just used those words. And like we can change it. That's okay.
Yeah, it's not an important thing because it's quite
No,
logical.
no.
But just
it's
for
easy to
the feeling that if you see the screen, it's down. It's not to the right.
Yep.
My feeling. But oh, good.
I think if the menu is full screen, it will make more sense because then the menu items will be on the left.
That's true.
And then the information will be on the right, according to like the small design that we made. Let's see if I can still find it. Oh, I still got the
Yeah,
Miro
I like
open,
I like the debug. What's going on? That's good. It's nice. I like to see that. Time, real time, raindrop clock. Wow. Lot of work to make it.
Yeah, if we look at the Miro, just updated the thing. But I kind of want we designed this a while back.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I mean,
Let me just share my screen. I think that's easier. This whiteboard. Just my old desktop, I guess.
yeah, that's what we did. That's true. And that would make more sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, because then we have like the next is then left together
Yeah.
with the menu.
Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the next on the to do for me at least.
Yeah, then it's nicer. And also then the maybe even the yellow you don't need around it. It's kind of distracting for me. The block.
Yeah, I think something would be nice, like some indication that it's like a note. It's like a text balloon.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, but we don't have to.
But if you make it, maybe if we make it instead of the strong yellow, make it a very light yellow.
Oops.
Huh? The corners.
Yeah, I think we have.
Can you make it transparent, the opacity a little bit? Oh, that's also good. That will work good. No, that's too much.
No, it's gone. Wait, that's black.
Yeah, that feels better.
I don't know. Yeah, we did decide on like these.
Yeah, the basic
colors for consistency. So maybe
because the yellow is so strong. I think we should make another one for that. Yeah, this feels better.
Specifically for the border or
yeah, for the border,
everything?
I think. The text itself is good. Can you try it without the borders to see how that looks like?
Yeah, that's just black. I think that's too distracting or something.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
I
so.
don't know.
Yeah, I think so
think
too.
I think with border is fine. I think it's the yellow. Yeah.
For me, it feels too strong. But maybe I'm too picky.
I think we could just implement this first version
Yeah, we can see
and
like the other
then tweak
feedback
it
for
based
other
on that.
people. Yeah.
It will look different on the screen itself. So like maybe rounded borders. Is it possible here?
I'm not sure if you can do that. I didn't see that. Dots. If you what
Thickness,
happens if you do? Oh, that's the thickness. The dots.
should be-
No, the if you have dots.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's
Kind of like
nice.
that. But I don't think
it.
the M5 has. Well, maybe it does actually.
I think
Just have a
it
quick
could
look.
be. Could be they have a border on there.
Review menu. Turn around rect. So this is with the border.
If you right click on it, you can just right click on it and you go to the
Yeah,
the whole
that's
thing.
true. Yeah.
I am back.
Okay, good.
Hello, back. Is there any?
There's only circle helper. No, they don't have. There's only
No.
rectangle. That's all. Looks like it.
Yeah, like a round rect
Oh,
or
hold on, the
normal.
100. You don't see a round
This one.
thing. Oh, rounded. Yeah, I think that's it. That's him. Okay,
No, it's the same.
yeah, but can we see what it goes to? No, it doesn't.
No, it has the exact same thing. So there's no
No extra
border
thing for the
style
borders.
parameter or something.
That
Oh,
is
this is
yeah.
fill. This is fill.
What's a fill?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is
that's
draw.
right.
And
Yeah.
this way I
Yeah.
can fill it. I can draw circle, fill circle.
Mm.
And these are great because I'm not using them, or they're not used by default.
Okay.
Well, it's okay. We'll just use what we have, and then we can always change color
Later.
perhaps.
You can think about it. Yeah, for the first version is fine, I think.
Yeah.
Louis, you're back?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good. Because I
Welcome.
didn't see you.
So catching up here, I'm just going to plug in my Core 2 and have a look at what that looks like.
Big improvement. Very nice, I think.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
see that.
I want to talk about the screen transitions today. Well, mainly the SD card messages.
Can
I
you switch
implemented.
off the sharing so we can see more things?
Oh. Stop share.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So okay, I'll show this. Oh wait, probably need a longer cable.
Now, I just checked the code from Robin, and it
This is not
doesn't
the
flicker
right.
as far as I know on the Core 1. Amazing stable.
Is that so? I think I should check out this code then. Or does he have like CPM and then the word and then the values, or the other way around?
The word, sorry, the values and then the word.
Really?
Yeah. I think he took it from the bGeigieZen Nano. and that automatically adjusts the size, and then it moves the other things around. And it has I made a kilo CPM on it if it's more than 1,000, so it truncates it.
Yeah, but yeah, I got a same or a similar implementation. Like I also put the word after. But the thing is, if you don't clear it, you get
It stays.
the text that's left over. It stays on the screen. So I wonder how he does that then.
I
'Cause
think you
I
could,
tried a
if you,
version where I like put like trailing white spaces,
yes,
but then the CPM text flickers because first you get like the white spaces and then the CPM text. So you still get like a small flicker.
no, but if instead of writing CPM, you write a space and then you move the CPM up.
Yeah, but then you still get the same problem if there's like if you're in 1,000 or maybe 10,000 and go back to like 30, you still get the same problem, I think.
No,
Oh, well, maybe with one space, not
no,
because
I think so.
unless you change from like 1,000 to 10 or 99 in one
Yeah, but
cycle.
then you can make, because it's a float, you can make a point in there and then 0, 0. I think I did
Alright.
that for
I
on
think
the Nano.
I'll try something. Yeah, I think one space should be good. Then we don't have to clear. And let me
Yeah,
do a quick text test.
Louis, you fine?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the screen right now. Which screen are you looking at? I've got the drive screen up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the drive screen. So you can see the flickering of the CPM.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find what's the file that you're looking at? It's the screens drive mode.
One second. 16 int. Oh. Yeah, I can also do this after the meeting. Just
I'm loading it now on the Core 1 so you can compare what that looks like.
Sorry, just coming in a bit late to the party here. Is the problem that it's flickering when you're displaying CPM?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Would that not be a case of that you're calling render when there's nothing to render? There's been no changes?
No, it's because I'm actually clearing that area of the screen with like a background and then rendering the text on top of it again.
Oh, okay.
But based on what Rob just told me, I think the way Robin made it makes more sense. Like it doesn't cover the specific use case where you go from 1,000 back to 99 in the
Right. You
single,
just had
like
Yes.
you would always clear up like the last digit if it goes down. So
Well, the other way around that is to do the layout such that the CPM and microsieverts per hour is over on the right side. And
yeah,
then
you
you
could do
can
that, but
format a string that's got the space, the white space in front
Yes.
of the digits. So if you only have one digit, you put, let's say, 4 white spaces in front, four blanks. If you have 2 digits, 3 blanks, 2 digits, and so on. So just a little bit of string manipulation there. And that way you never have to worry about that. It just, and the other advantage is that the CPM, the units never shift around. It's always visible at
Always
a
that.
glance, right? I mean, just think of a voltmeter.
Yeah.
Right.
Similar.
no, it's okay. I have now a version where it doesn't flicker, so
Oh, that's good.
I'll update that
Okay.
after. But yeah, the SD screens.
Mhm.
If we go to the Miro, we had this idea of like we start the device up, then we check if there is an SD card, and then we go into like the normal mode. But now that we have like a SD card detection implementation where you can basically take out the SD card, put it back in, and it handles it fine. I think we can update the SD message screens so you don't have to reboot it because you can just put in an SD card.
Oh, that's good. That saves time for people. They want to change.
Yeah, and also if you take it out while you are running it, it already updates like the logging handlers that it stops the logging. And if you take it out, we could then do like a message screen again, like there's no SD card, would you like to continue?
That's a good idea, I think.
Things like that. So I think I should update it a little bit so that we have a more dynamic screen flow instead of having like a startup SD card checks and then like running it in normal mode or like the normal
Yeah, function mode. Yeah.
what do we call it? Like the functional mode. Yeah, I'll work on those flows then during the next week.
Yeah, that would be
And
good if you can do that.
This might sound a bit old-fashioned and fuddy-duddy in 1950s kind of thing, but would a flowchart help?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
flowchart would help. I'd love to have flowcharts in there.
We basically had this flowchart in the Draw.io with the screens.
Yes.
And we tried to do the same thing in the Miro, which is still we didn't really connect the screens yet.
No.
Right.
But I think the flow that we do now, like we put these underneath each other. We're in the Miro, by the way.
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, I don't see Rob around.
Can you share the screen? Because that's easy. We can talk.
No, I'm there. I can see Yella's pointer floating around.
Yeah, but I can share it for the recording.
For the recording, it's better. Yeah.
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 Okay. So we got these SD messages, basically. Welcome to your bGeigieZen. So this is already implemented as well. You only get this once because the first time you get here, it loads the configuration from the SD card into the memory because the memory is basically empty. Then it loads it in. And then these messages, first time startup, but no SD card. At the moment, I already added a continue button, so you can continue in minimal mode, and just
it makes sense.
Well, you can use it, but without the logging. You can still like navigate around.
It automatically hides the button for the locking, or it disables it.
Yeah, it disables it, and you cannot start the service
Like,
because
okay,
there's no
that's
SD
it. Yeah.
card. But even if there is an SD card, I also disable the logging because you don't have a device ID.
Yes, that's correct.
So there's nothing to log. Like without an ID, it's not useful. And then we have this different ID on SD card.
Mm-hmm.
Is it readable on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So no SD card and no storage, so that's no local local settings, so no device ID. Then we like, as long as there is no storage, we know that it's like a new user or they just reset their system. So we say like, welcome to your Zen. And then in this case, say insert your SD card or continue a minimal mode. So you still got two options. And if there is an SD card, but there is no savezen.txt, well, I add that instead, or you can continue a minimal mode. You can always continue, right? No SD with storage, where you can just load it from the storage, but you don't have the logging options. So it's also a minimal mode. It just says there's no SD card installed. This is an empty SD card, so it will say that there is no config found in the SD card. And then you can just initialize it, so you can write the SD card from your local settings and create the savezen.txt. And then if there isn't SD card with a savezen file, but it's a different ID. For example, Rob, you had ID 1, but your actual Zen has a different ID, I guess.
Yes.
Like on the back, it says, well, for me, it's 5005. So if you update the SD card with the proper ID and you put it in, you get this message actually. So you can do two things. You can load the SD card into the memory, or you can override the current SD card settings with whatever is in your memory.
Yes,
so
that makes sense.
this goes both ways. Or you can press continue and ignore the message.
And we can't ignore it, yeah.
So these are the options right now. And I think we can just show this screen. If you have the device running, you take out the SD card, write a different ID to the settings, put it back in. You can instantly get this,
new
this
ID in
message,
it.
basically. So, and I think these
that's nice.
Screen options are basically all we need. Like we can tweak the text a bit. Like, I don't know, I have now like visit bGeigieZen.safecast.gp. I don't know, we can add different links or maybe a QR code. I don't know.
Well, if there was a button, you got a free button there. It would be like click QR code, or something like that.
Yeah, or like visit website, and then you show a QR code. Like basically, the reboot button doesn't have to be here.
Yeah.
We can basically remove these because you can always continue or just turn off the device with the switch.
Right.
Because we don't have to insert the SD card and then press reboot anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Because it now handles it right away. Right.
Nice. Like that.
Yeah. So we can, instead of reboot, we can always show more info. I think we got that on, that's actually the first time startup, which is a different screen because it loads the config.
Right. Just thinking ahead about users, I think you would need to explain that concept very carefully, that the you call it that
Minimal mode?
long-term storage
Hmm.
can be different, right? It's coming from the text file, but when it's when it's configured, like which one, in other words, which one do we choose first, right, over the other? And that's going to, so I just need to explain that to a first-time user, just to get them oriented with that concept, because it's something that, I mean, we're having a little bit of trouble with it. So imagine coming in, just want
Yeah.
to do logging, but really understanding the intricacies.
Yeah, I get it. I think that's well, it's kind of difficult to explain that on a small screen. So we either have
Yeah.
like the more info, like in the menu. The plan was to add like a info page where there
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
some basic
directly, yes.
information,
Yeah.
a QR code to the more info page where there's even more info.
Yes.
And
Yes.
maybe like I was thinking, if we have, let's say we have this screen, right? I now know how it works. How do I get back
Yeah,
to
let
Zoom?
me get you big so we can add.
Oh, wait.
If you disable your
Yeah, I should
okay.
stop sharing, and then I can press this button. So in the menu, well, the menu will be changing. I just do it. Were
Yeah,
you
we
here
can
when
see that.
I mentioned that? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so this this menu, we have drive, survey, and then fixed mode and logs are currently disabled. Settings and debug info. I think instead of debug info, or maybe also with debug info beneath it, we can add like a more information page. And then for the buttons, like if you are on a different screen, let's say debug info, we still got room for 2 buttons at the top. So we can add
yeah, more info you can
like
add.
scroll, like next page, like you have multiple pages of info.
I like that. Multiple pages of info. That makes it easier. You don't have to put everything on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a button, like maybe either scrolling, or if we have 3 pages, we can like change the button based on which page you are. If we have like 4 or more, then we should probably say like next page, previous page.
Yes.
Just like as if you are flipping through a book, right? We can add like QR codes, or like on the last page, like for more information, visit this page.
Great.
And then you go back to the first page again.
Yeah,
Something
it cycles around in it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And we can, well, think of some information that we want to show, and also how big the text would be. Because, for example, the debug of the screen currently, the text is very small. It's kind of hard to read. So if we have like a bigger font, we also have less room to write text, right?
Talking about fonts, did you check out the 7-segment font I sent to you? Sent in
I wasn't able to upload it yet, so yeah, sorry.
Take your time.
I'll check it later.
And also, I made a link to the utility to make your own fonts.
Yeah, I saw it. That's cool.
What other things? We still have about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This chat. Other things we have to talk about, or?
Unfortunately, I don't have anything to report. So.
I can imagine you have to report to yourself.
The course ends December 15th.
Okay, so 2 more weeks or 1.5 weeks more.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh yeah.
Then after it's completely finished, or you have
well, I picked up another course in January, but it's only one course, and it's a repeat of what I did this fall, so it's going to be a lot less work.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's it for today then.
Mhm.
We can summarize what we want done for the next week. For me, at least, it's the like more information about the system itself. So the duration a worker or a handler would be in while handling the data. So which handler worker is taking up a lot of time, basically. I think that would be very useful.
Yeah, I think
I
so
was
too.
also thinking about making or upgrading the library to support a second thread for workers.
Yes, that's very
So I
useful,
can,
especially so for things that would take too long.
yeah, I think like the API send would be very useful to to run in a
Yes,
second thread.
definitely. Yes.
And maybe a config server as well. So
Yeah, that would be good to run it separately completely. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, so those two. But I think like most of the workers, like the buttons, like the sensors are quite fast. Might be the handler, like the logger. Maybe it takes like half a second to write to both files.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
can be too long for the
We'll
update.
have to see and like see what the debug says.
Mhm.
So that's my plan. Oh, yeah, and update the menu screen. As I showed in the Mito board, we want to have a full screen menu with
Yes.
the options on the left. So the next button on the menu also makes a bit more sense that you're going next on the menu options.
Mhm.
And then on the right, we can do the information.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's easier.
That's my plan for next
Okay.
week.
My plan, I have not many things figured out. I am working with Peter to get the PayPal going and to set up the payment system so that we have about 20 orders in at the moment. So
Oh.
it's a start. So
That's quite a bit already.
yeah, and, but let's see. It's just the beginning, and I'm working on the SEO for it, so people find it easy. That's the way Michael found us too. So
Yeah.
because it set the most affordable do-it-yourself Geiger counter, and then we pop up.
Oh, good.
So yeah, that's always tricky to get it right. But I will get them.
Okay. Sounds good. Rob, maybe if you have time, you can make like a sketch of the screens or what data we can put on the screens as
Yeah,
well.
I can think
Or
about
think
it.
about it because I'm not sure. I have the drive mode. Sometimes I do get a GPS log, but like the satellites are also always 0. Like you can see it's red over there. It's always 0. And I never have a location log. But sometimes I get my real-time connected, real-time clock. Well, updated by GPS, but then the satellite is still 0, so I'm not sure where
Okay.
it gets recorded.
I
Yeah, okay. Just to make sure that we got
got
this
it.
as well. All right, so I was right. I remember I was missing the time on the screen, and I'm not sure where we can place it. Like maybe in the status bar, or maybe on the screen itself.
In the
But the
status bar will
RTC,
be good if we have enough space there.
yeah, I think so. And maybe just in the corner where currently the drive or like the name of the screen is. We can put it somewhere. Anyway, for the RTC, I made like a small like automatic ticking up clock for the core 1. So
Okay.
as you can see, Yes. So basically, if the Core 1 is connected with the GPS and we get the GPS date time, then I set the GPS, like the RTC values from the GPS.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, if the data is valid from the last time, but there's no new GPS, then
Mm-hmm.
I just take it up myself. Because
Right.
this worker runs once a second. And if there's a new day, we just invalidate the whole
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, it makes it
So,
simpler.
so during the
That's
day, we, like once we get one GPS log, we basically have like a fake RTC running
Mm-hmm.
for the Core 1.
No, that's a good idea.
It's nice for working with the Core 1.
Yeah.
But like it's a simple implementation. We can basically ignore it because we will be working with the Core 2, of course.
That's for the moment it works. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, works fine.
And I saw on the Core 2, on the code that it picks up the real time. The
Yeah.
real time code.
Yeah, that it does. And it also sets from the, let's see, from the GPS. So
Mhm.
I should switch to Core 2. So if it doesn't have any, then it picks from the GPS and updates it. So it sets from GPS.
Mhm.
And it saves it.
Oh, by the way, how do you switch on the top? That's new for me. I didn't see that. How can you
I
set that up?
use Sea Lion, so it's different from
Ah, okay.
Visual Studio
Okay.
Code.
That's nice. I like that.
Mm. Yeah, I like it that all the other things is just like grayed out.
Yeah, directly. Wow.
Yeah, it works pretty nice. So I did buy Sea Lion.
Mhm.
I paid for it
Mhm.
because I like the software. Worth the money, I think. But Visual
Is
Studio Code is also good.
it expensive, Sea Lion?
It's €60 for a year.
Mm.
I got
I
the graduate discount as well. So yeah,
I see.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's what I wanted to show. And yeah, so I'm not sure if the satellite count is correct. That is what I was trying to say. So
Oh.
Lewis, if you have some time, maybe you can
Mm.
check that because I always get 0 satellites, but I still get like the daytime from the satellites. So
Okay, well, I can have a look at that, but I think the general answer is that you only need one satellite to get time.
right.
And so if there's and not too sure how to interpret that, but if there's no fix, then there's no point in having a satellite number.
Correct.
Is that so?
you
I think
need,
it's still nice to have a satellite number, even if there's no.
Fix
yeah.
on it.
Oh, let me see how it reports that. Otherwise, we'd have to leave it as blank. So
That's
there is a command to ask for satellites in view. That's a separate command to or a separate request to the GPS module. Satellites in view, but that's going to be kind of misleading because you've got, let's say, I know in the old in the Nano you could see the number of satellites even though before you had, and I think that kind of I like that because it kind of gives you a little bit of a progress bar. It's like, oh, we're getting closer to a fix. Now we've got 5 satellites. We're good. So yeah, let me see. Let me have a quick look at that.
Well, there's already like the get SIV, like the satellites in view.
Yes.
We already use that value, so.
And that's what you're using? Yeah.
I'm using that the sets in view, which is used here. So I'm not sure what's going on. So if you have some time next week, maybe you can take a little look at this.
Yeah, I'd like to. So
Because yeah, I think even if in your basement, you should be able to get like one satellite, maybe.
yeah,
For the,
well, I'm not in the basement anymore because we redid the basement and it's still a mess. So I'm
Oh.
actually quite close to a window right
Oh,
here. So
okay.
Yeah.
I should be able to see something.
I will surely see tomorrow something because tomorrow I will drive with them.
Okay.
Take
Yeah,
them out.
but if you're outside, you always you get like multiple satellites. But
Right,
maybe
so-
it's nice to check like if the satellite
Maybe
count
one or
even
two.
changes, because maybe it's always 0.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, in other words, is what happens in the corner case, right? Where you don't have enough satellites for a fix, but you have enough satellites for a date time.
Yep. But sats and view should still be like the number that the module knows,
Yes.
because but it's directly from the
500 pages of good
DNS's
fun.
data. Right?
No, I make a joke about this, but I would much rather have too much documentation than not enough. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, if it has a good index, then you can at least
yes,
find
actually,
where you have to go.
it's actually
So,
quite the. I mean, I printed out the paper just because like you're flipping back and forth, just on screen, just ridiculous. But the PDF is very well indexed and searchable.
That's good.
Okay, just making notes here. Okay, I'll have a look at that.
Yeah. Okay. We have other things to talk about because I like to start doing other things.
Yep.
If you don't mind.
No, that's all for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Louis is okay too.
All good.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for
Have a good week.
joining.
Yeah. Thanks for
Have a good
joining.
week.
And Louis, good luck with this week. So,
Yeah.
this is the
Oh.
last week. So
Survival mode. I'll be fine.
Good.
All right. Take care,
All
guys.
right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Jello, send me the recording.
I will.